President DeJoyan, Your Excellencies, members of the faculty, ladies and gentlemen, graduates of the class of 2020 and 2021, welcome to the celebration of graduates of Georgetown University in Qatar School of Foreign Service. Please remain standing for the national anthems of the state of Qatar and the United States of America.
قسما بمن رفع السماء قسما بمن نشر الضياء قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأوفياء سيروا على نهج الأولى سيروا وعلى ضياء الأنبياء قطر بقلب سيرة عز وأمجاد وحمائم يوم السلام جوارح يوم الفداء قطر الرجال الأولين حماتنا يوم النداء وحمائم يوم السلام جوارح يوم الفداء قسما 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 بمن رفع السماء قسما بمن نشر الضياء قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأوفياء.
It is our custom to begin and end our ceremonies with a prayer. At the beginning, we even invoke God's presence among us, and at the end, we offer a benediction. Today, Dr. Ayman Shabani, Associate Research Professor at Georgetown University in Qatar, will offer the opening prayer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى. In the name of God, the most gracious, the merciful. Recite in the name of your Lord, who created man from a clinging substance. Recite, and your Lord is the most generous, who taught by the pen, taught man that which he knew not. No, but indeed man transgresses. because he sees himself self-sufficient. Indeed, to your Lord is the return. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Amin. Most Reverend John Carroll, first Catholic bishop in the United States, took formal possession of the land on our hilltop in Maryland in 1789, and it is that date that we observe our founding date. But it was not until 1814, when our enrollment passed 100, that Georgetown's then president, Reverend John Grass of the Society of Jesus, asked our first student, William Gaston, by then a North Carolina congressman, to introduce a petition into Congress for a federal charter. It is our venerable custom to begin academic ceremonies with a reading of that charter for the College of Georgetown within the District of Columbia. To discharge that office on behalf of Mary Matson, I have the pleasure to introduce Deborah McKee, Registrar, Georgetown University in Qatar.
An act concerning the College of Georgetown in the District of Columbia. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that it shall and may be lawful for such persons as now are, or from time to time may be, the President and Directors of the College of Georgetown within the District of Columbia, to admit any of the students belonging to said college or other persons meriting academical honors to any degree in the faculties, arts, sciences, and liberal professions, to which persons are usually admitted in other colleges or universities of the United States, and to issue in an appropriate form the diplomas or certificates which may be requisite to testify to the admission of such degree. Langdon Cheevis, Speaker of the House of Representatives, John Gaillard, President pro tempore of the Senate, approved March 1, 1815. James Madison, President of the United States.
We now come to the recognition of our graduates. Dr. Omar Khalifa and Dr. Yahya Mohammed, both associate professors at Georgetown University in Qatar, will read the names of the graduates of the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, respectively. Where graduates have received Latin honors from cum laude, meaning with distinction, up to summa cum laude, meaning the highest distinction, this will be noted before their name. Similarly, those inducted into a number of national honor societies in recognition of their excellence will have that society mentioned before their name. You will recognize this as 3 Greek letters. Each graduate's name will be read. Those who are present today will come forward to be congratulated.
I will now present the class of 2020. Summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa graduate, Nadine Eldehebi. Sarah Abdel Ghani. سارة محمد العطية. سوما كوم لاودي ألفا سيجما نو فاي بيتا كابا جراجويت نور رجب الإسماعيل. مريم مسفر الحبابي. سارة جمال سليمان الحاج عبد. مريم ناصر الحارثي. نوف عبد الله الجفيري. ناصر علي الكعبي. ريم الخوري. محمد عبد الرحمن الخليفي. العنود صالح الكواري. الريم محمد الغانم المعاضيد. هيا خالد المانع. أمينة المير. سارة عبد العزيز عبد الرحمن علي الملا. كوم لاود جراجويت سارة متعب المطوطح. فاطمة علي النعيمي. الغالية خالد القبيسي. ماغنا كوم لاودي فاي بيتا كابا جراجويت دانا علي الرميحي. لولوى عبد الجبار الصايغ. مريم محمد الصايغ. آمنة خلف الشهواني. علي حمد الشيباني. شيخة علي تركي السبيعي. سلامة خليفة السويدي. الدانا فيصل قاسم آل ثاني. حمد عبد الرحمن آل ثاني. لمياء حمد جاسم آل ثاني. شريفة حمد جاسم آل ثاني. ماغنا كوم لاودي فاي بيتا كابا جراجويت غانم محمد اليافعي. صبا بيكاشفيلي. عثمان كمارا. ماغنا كوم لاودي ألفا سيجما نو فاي بيتا كابا جراجويت ويزلي شين. كوم لاودي جراجويت مرشانا داش. ياسمين عزيز فادي. فاطمة فخرو. آمنة فلاح. زليخة حاشي. كوم لاود جراجويت سلمى خالد حسن. سيرينا جاكسون. عايزة خان. ابتهال محمد. مناهل علي نديم. لينا أزهري نور الدين. حمزة برويز. سقيب براي. فاطمة جواد سلاري. الحارث أحمد صالح. عبد القدوس ساني. فلوريس شفارتز. ماسا أحمد شروف. محمد إبراهيم طارق. and Daniel Luis Wade. Congratulations, class of 2020. ألف مبروك.
I will now present the class of 2021. Summa cum laude, Alpha Sigma Nu graduate. سعود عبد العزيز عبد القادر الأحمد. طلال محمد عبد النصير. هيا عبد الله عبد الرحمن. إسماعيل سراج عبد الرحمن. سارة عبد السلام. أديبة أحمد. دانا عبد الرحمن عبد الملك. شوق عادل البدر. نور خالد الدربستي. ماجنا كوم لاودي ألفا سيجما نو جرادويت فاطمة علي العمادي. فاطمة رجب الإسماعيل. أمنة عبد اللطيف العيسى. طيب صالح الفارسي. عبد الله الحداد. ناصر خالد ناصر الهيل. فاطمة عبد الرزاق الهاشمي. الجازي حمد الهاتفة. شمة حمد الهتمي. دينا عبد الله الجفيري. مريم خليل الجفيري. حصة جمعة الكبيسي. منيرة عبد العزيز الكبيسي. مها المعاضيد. عبد الله المالكي. نوف علي المزروعي. محمد جمال المدفع. غادة عبد الله المهندي. حصة سعد المهندي. علي راشد المهيزع. ربيعة إبراهيم الملا. سوما كامالاودي ألفا سيجما نو فاي بيتا كابا جرادويت. فاطمة النعيمي. روضة أحمد النعمة. ماجنا كوم لاودي جرادويت لين الرباط. ماجنا كوم لاودي جرادويت خلود محمد السادة. غالية الصليتي. كوم لاودي جرادويت هند أحمد الصليتي. عاصم الوليد علي الثاني. حمد عبد الرحمن سعود فهد قاسم الثاني. كوم لاودي جرادويت مصطفى ديك أحمد. ماجنا كوم لاودي ألفا سيجما نو جرادويت شيماء بن كرمي. كايمارا شورن. سو جين شاو شوي. دانا درويش. عابدة ساجدة دياب. أنجي عفة. بثينة الخشن. ملاك الموح. ماجنا كوم لاودي جرادويت نورهان محمد النحلة. ماجنا كوم لاودي جرادويت فاطمة فاروقي. إركالي جوبيتش شيفلي. Summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa graduate, Sujan Ham. سعد إقبال. ياسمين قلة. تالا ناصر كمار. ماجنا كوم لاودي ألفا سيجما نو جرادويت سارة إنجريد مادلين ليدوتوف. ماجنا كوم لاودي ألفا سيجما نو جرادويت خانسا ماريا. هبة محمد نور. سوما كوم لاودي Phi Beta Kappa graduate Nujin. Harleen Usahan. Adam Safio Antonio Polaco. Summa cum laude Alpha Sigma Nu Phi Beta Kappa graduate Irina Burmot. Abdurrahman Qayyum. Magna cum laude Phi Beta Kappa graduate Mona Saif. Cum laude graduate Ahmad Amna Abdullah Salat. Jonah Samuel. Sure. Under. Megna cum laude Alpha Sigma Nu graduate مشاعل يوسف مفتاح. Summa cum laude Phi Beta Kappa graduate Adisi Sanji. Cum laude graduate فضة شهرزاد. مدثر رضا شاكر. نور شيخ. And finally, summa cum laude Alpha Sigma Nu Phi Beta Kappa graduate Natasha Vincent. Congratulations.
It was really nice to see some of you again from my classes. It was fun. So, these graduates have now been formally recognized in the manner fitting of a graduate of Georgetown University. Members of the class of 2020 and 2021, you richly deserve the congratulations you have just received. You've all worked hard and achieved much during your years at Georgetown University and have very patiently waited for us to celebrate you. Please take a moment now to stand and turn around and thank the people in the audience who have helped you be here, your parents, your family. Graduates, please be seated. It is now my great privilege to formally present Dr. John J. Jajoya, 48th President of Georgetown University, who will offer his reflections.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to be gathered with all of you for this special commencement celebration in honor of the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. This is a day long awaited, greatly anticipated. We have in different ways recognized the milestone of your graduation. This commencement ceremony allows us to celebrate you together in this beautiful setting among your peers, your family and friends, and our faculty and staff. We could not be more excited to have all of you here for this event. Your presence here means so much to our community. I also wish to recognize those members of your class who are not able to join us today. And I extend these words of congratulations to them as well. To all of our guests, let me offer our most sincere welcome to have so many families and friends with us. Joining in this celebration makes this day that much more special. We're also joined by many colleagues, faculty and staff, who have provided extraordinary support to our students. And I offer each of them our deep appreciation for your dedication and care over these past few years. It is through your work that we are able to provide a context for all of you to be engaged in the most important work in which you can be engaged during your undergraduate years. And that is the work of formation. This is the primary role of the university, of every university, to support the work of your formation. That work to achieve self-understanding, to enable you to come to terms with the fundamental question of personal formation. What constitutes an authentic life? The context which we provide for your work of formation relies on two other fundamental aspects of the university: our pursuit of knowledge and our commitment to advancing the common good. All universities share these three attributes: formation, inquiry, that pursuit of knowledge, and that commitment to the common good. And every university has a unique way of engaging these three attributes. Every university has a unique character, a distinct history, a set of values that contribute to the sense of community and belonging for its members. For Georgetown, we are a Catholic and Jesuit institution of higher learning more than 230 years old, with a global mission of engagement and dialogue and service. When you first joined our community, you entered into our way of life, animated by our spirit of engagement and service. As Georgetown graduates, you have now already brought this way of life with you into the world. We sought to provide this context shaped by our global mission and our commitment to service so that you could learn what matters most to you, how you best connect to others and to our world, how you understand the most authentic, the deepest and truest aspects of yourselves, of your identity, the person that you are, the person that you are meant to be, the person that you are called to be. We must acknowledge another context that has shaped your lives here, a context that you and your peers have had to confront, each in different ways. For 28 months, we have been responding to a global pandemic that has forced us to alter many of the ways that we live our daily lives. For our class of 2020, this rapidly changed your final months as students. And for our class of 2021, you were impacted in different ways as we reimagined life on campus. You handled the challenges of these past years, the uncertainty, the heartaches and disappointments, the challenge of reimagining community with grace and humility and compassion. You accepted the responsibilities placed on you. You have embodied in a deep and meaningful way a commitment to the common good. Common good, the idea that there's a good that we can achieve together that we could never hope to achieve alone. In the face of immense uncertainty and challenge, you sought to bring out the very best in one another. And in the tradition on which our university is built, that commitment to seek out the best in one another, well, we just might find the very best in ourselves in that work. You sought to sustain and reestablish our way of life under different conditions, different circumstances, to share it with each other and with those who would follow you. And it's this commitment to one another above all that provides us the opportunity to realize all that we are capable of contributing as members of our global community. It's this commitment that has defined the experience of these two classes. We are honored and grateful for the contributions that you have made as members of the class of 2020, as members of the class of 2021, as you have pursued your personal journeys of formation and embraced a deep commitment to the common good of our Georgetown community and of our larger global community. We could not be more grateful to welcome you back together and to celebrate each of you for this very special commencement. It is a privilege to be here with you and to have this opportunity to say to the members of the Georgetown class of 2020 and to the members of the Georgetown class of 2021, congratulations on your commencement.
I now invite everyone to please join the class of 20 and 21 in standing for our alma mater. Following the alma mater, please remain standing for the benediction, which will be offered by Reverend Dr. Mark Bosco, Vice President for Mission and Ministry, Georgetown University.
Now
Good and loving God, we come to you today with gratitude. You call each of us to be part of this community at Georgetown, blessing us with the educational legacy that began with Ignatius of Loyola and has been passed from generation to generation. You call us to stand in solidarity and kinship with all who share our journey on earth, and you invite us to live lives of active service rooted in justice and love. Help us to build on the wisdom of the past with a vision open to the opportunities of the future. Dare us to move beyond what is known and secure, broadening our imagination and deepening our trust in you. Fill us with wonder and awe as we receive these gifts with open minds, generous hearts, and passionate spirit. As our graduates move to the next stage of our journey in life, and we prepare ourselves for the coming year ahead, hear, O Lord, our simple prayer. When we are weak, be our strength. When we doubt, be our faith. When we are anxious, be our peace. When we are discouraged, be our hope. And when we are lost, come and find us. When we are in darkness, be our light. And when we are sad, be our comfort and joy. Grant us this, Lord, as we call upon your holiness to fill our lives with love and grace. Amen.
I've been asked by Qatar Foundation to remind you all that they have an alumni event scheduled for Sunday and Monday. They've set up a lot of networking that's not just entry-level positions, but also mid-level and senior level. I'm sure you've got many communications, but they asked me to tell you that. Okay, please remain standing at your places until the platform party and the students have recessed. After the recession, you are invited to enjoy the light reception prepared for you at the back of the hall. Graduates of both classes are asked to stay in the formation following the recession and follow me back to the stage for your media photographs. Classes of 2020 and 21, we are so happy to finally have gathered together with you today to celebrate a milestone of great importance in your lives. Wherever your next steps take you, remember that you will always find family and home wherever the Hoyas are. The degree you've earned is a passport to a wonderful future. Use it for the betterment of yourself and of others. Classes of 2020 and 2021, you have already taken your first steps on the path to a better world. Keep walking in confidence, grace, and peace. The celebration of graduates for the classes of 2020 and 2021 of Georgetown University in Qatar School of Foreign Service is now officially closed. May Georgetown live forever.